went outside today to water the flowers, and something felt unusual. A few petals were scattered, soil was slightly moved, and the big flower pot looked like someone had been inside it. When I leaned closer, my heart stopped. Inside the pot, curled in the soft soil, were 3 tiny newborn kittens, their eyes still closed, sleeping together like little blossoms. But the mama cat wasn't far. She sat behind the bush, watching me silently, her eyes full of fear and trust at the same time, as if she was saying, "Please don't touch them, unless you're here to help." I smiled gently at her and whispered, "It's okay, they're safe." But then I noticed something heartbreaking. One tiny baby, lying a little apart from the others, not moving, not breathing as strongly as his siblings, his little body cold to the touch. The mama cat meowed softly, a painful, trembling sound, a sound of a mother who didn't know what else to do. I reached in slowly and lifted the weak baby into my hands. He didn't cry. He didn't fight. He just lay there, fragile and tired. I wrapped him immediately inside my FourPawFriends soft blanket, warming his tiny body. Within seconds, he made the smallest sound, a weak but hopeful little cry. The mama's eyes softened. She walked closer, touching my hand gently with her nose, as if giving me permission to save her baby. I placed the warmed kitten back beside her, and she curled around him, purring softly, a mother's love wrapping around her little one. And as I watched her with all her babies inside the flower pot, I realized she chose my garden. She chose my home, because she knew her babies would be safe here. It was a quiet afternoon when I heard a soft scratching at my door. At first, I thought it was Jojo, but when I opened it, I froze. A mama cat stood there, thin, shaking, eyes full of fear and hope. In her mouth, she carried a tiny newborn kitten. She set the baby gently on my doorstep, looked up at me, and meowed, a deep, trembling, heartbreaking sound. I understood immediately. She was asking for help. I wrapped the tiny baby in my FourPawFriends soft t-shirt, warming his fragile body. The mama watched me closely, her tail flicking with worry, her eyes never leaving her kitten. I whispered, "It's okay. He's safe." She stared for a moment, then suddenly turned around and ran. My heart dropped. A minute later, she came back, this time carrying another baby. But this one was crying loudly, struggling, shaking in her mouth. She dropped him next to his sibling and let out a louder, desperate meow, a mother begging me to save her children. Tears filled my eyes. I wrapped the second baby too, letting them share the warmth of the soft t-shirt. They settled instantly, huddling together, tiny bodies finally relaxing. The mama looked at me, walked closer, and pressed her head gently against my leg, a thank you only a mother could give. Then she curled around her babies on my porch, purring softly, knowing they were finally safe. She didn't bring me one kitten. She brought me her whole heart. When I opened my door this morning, I saw a mama cat sitting quietly on the welcome mat, not sleeping, not resting, just sitting, eyes fixed on the doorway, as if she had been waiting for me. I said softly, "Hi, Mama. What happened?" She stood up immediately and meowed, a shaky, desperate sound. Not for food, not for attention. She needed help. She walked a few steps, turned back to see if I was following, then continued toward the small corner near the porch stairs. And there, behind the step, was a tiny kitten lying on his side, too weak to stand, too tired to cry, his little chest rising and falling so slowly it terrified me. The mama's whole body trembled as she touched him with her nose. She tried to lift him earlier. You could see the dirt on his fur, but he was too weak to hold on. So she brought herself to my door instead. She asked me to do what she couldn't. My heart broke into pieces. I gently picked up the fragile baby and wrapped him in my FourPawFriends cozy hoodie, warm and soft like a mother's hug. The moment he felt the warmth, he made the faintest sound, a small cry of life. The mama cat pressed her head against the hoodie, purring loudly, thanking me the only way she could. I carried the baby inside while she walked beside me, step for step, never looking away. I set the hoodie down near a warm towel, and the mama curled around her baby instantly. Holding him close, keeping him alive with her body and love. She didn't leave my door because she trusted one thing, that I would help her save her child.